Welcome to Alien Mythos X.
Imagine being one of the most highly trained fighter pilots in the world, flying the most advanced aircraft ever built, armed with cutting-edge radar and tracking systems. Now imagine encountering something that makes all of that technology seem primitive, something that moves in ways that violate everything you know about physics, something that shouldn't exist. This isn't science fiction. This is exactly what happened to Commander David Fravor and his squadron on November 14, 2004, off the coast of San Diego, California. What they witnessed that day would remain classified for over a decade, until the footage leaked and changed the conversation about UFOs forever. The perfect day turned strained. It was a clear afternoon over the Pacific Ocean. The USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group was conducting routine training exercises about 100 miles southwest
We've got
of San
something
Diego.
unusual here.
Commander David
These
Fravor,
anomalies
a
don't
Top
match
Gun
any known
graduate with
patterns.
18 years of flying experience and over 3,500 flight hours, was piloting an FA-18F Super Hornet. His wingman, Lieutenant Commander Jim Slate, was flying alongside him. These weren't rookies, these were elite naval aviators with decades of combined experience. They had seen everything the skis could throw at them, or so they thought. The operations officer on the USS Princeton, a guided missile cruiser equipped with the most sophisticated radar system in the Navy's arsenal, had been tracking something unusual for days. Multiple objects were appearing on their Spy 1 radar at 80,000 feet, then dropping to 20,000 feet in less than a second. This should have been impossible. Nothing known to humanity could move like that. The radar operators thought their equipment was malfunctioning, but the same anomalies kept appearing day after day. Whatever these objects were, they were real. The call that changed everything. Fravor and his team were in the middle of their training exercise when the call came through from the Princeton. The operations officer's voice was professional but urgent. They had something on radar, something they couldn't identify. Could Fravor's team break off from the exercise and investigate? Fravor agreed. His two FA-18s turned toward the coordinates. They were expecting to find another aircraft, maybe a foreign surveillance plane, perhaps even a weather balloon. What they found instead would haunt them for years. As they approached the location, roughly 30 miles away, Fravor's weapons systems officer noticed something disturbing the water below. The ocean surface was churning violently, as if something massive was just beneath the waves. The disturbance was about the size of a 737 aircraft, circular, with white water frothing around it. But that wasn't the strangest part. The object. Hovering just above the churning water was an object. Calling it an aircraft would be generous. It was about 40 feet long, shaped like a Tic Tac mint with no visible wings, no exhaust, no rotors, no propulsion system of any kind. It was bright white, smooth, with no windows, no markings, nothing to indicate where it came from or how it was staying in the air. Fravor descended to get a closer look. As he spiraled down from 20,000 feet, the object began to mirror his movements. When Fravor banked left, it banked left. When he descended, it ascended. It was mimicking him, almost playfully, like it was aware of his presence and responding to his actions. Then Fravor made a decision. He pointed his nose directly at the object and began to accelerate toward it.
Coordinates are matching the cap point! That's classified! How could you know?
This changes everything.
I know what this means.
The object responded instantly. In less than a second, it accelerated and disappeared. Not gradually, not with a sonic boom or visible exhaust. It simply vanished from sight. The impossible movement. Fravor pulled up, confused. Where did it go? His weapons systems officer was scanning the area.
All right, beginning lat
Nothing.
after feed.
The object
Copy,
had
feed is
completely
live. Contact,
disappeared.
white oblong object over dark
Then the
ocean.
radio
Roger, it's
crackled.
moving fast, right
The
to left.
USS
Locking track,
Princeton
it's turning
reported that
clockwise.
the
Confirmed,
object had
no known
reappeared
signature.
on their radar, but it wasn't nearby. It was 60 miles away at their pre-designated combat air patrol point, the exact location where Fravor's squadron was scheduled to be next. Think about that for a moment. In the time it took Fravor to pull up and radio for information, this object had traveled 60 miles. That's less than a minute. To cover that distance in that time, the object would have had to be traveling at several thousand miles per hour. But there was no sonic boom, no heat signature, no visible means of propulsion. It had simply appeared at a location it had no way of knowing about unless it had access to classified military communications. The second encounter. Fravor and his wingman were running low on fuel. They returned to the Nimitz to refuel and debrief, but the encounter wasn't over. Another crew was immediately scrambled to investigate. Lieutenant Commander Chad Underwood took off with his weapons systems officer. Their Super Hornet was equipped with an advanced ATFLIR pod, a sophisticated infrared targeting system capable of tracking and recording objects at extreme distances. Underwood quickly acquired the object on his targeting pod. What he captured would become some of the most compelling UFO footage ever recorded. The video shows a white, oblong object moving erratically against a dark ocean background. The object has no visible propulsion, no wings, no heat signature. As Underwood tracked it, the object suddenly rotated and accelerated, disappearing off the left side of his screen at incredible speed.
This was a staggering admission,
system
and as a credible
lock.
witness, I can
Underwood's
testify
voice
to the
can be heard
extraordinary
on the
nature
recording,
of what we encountered.
exclaiming in disbelief at what he was witnessing.
Not
The cover-up that
from
wasn't.
this world.
After landing, Fravor and his
As the
team
second
were
witness, I
debriefed.
confirmed
They
Anson
filled
Holdings'
out
exact
reports.
report from
The
multiple
videos were
perspectives
taken and
corroborating the
classified.
story with
They were
precision.
told not to discuss
Multiple
what they had
military
seen.
witnesses, including
For
radar
years,
operators,
the incident
pilots, and crew
remained
members,
buried in
have provided
classified
consistent
files
testimony.
known only to a select few within the military. But in 2017, everything changed. The New York Times published a bombshell article revealing the existence of a secret Pentagon program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP. This program, which ran from 2007 to 2012, was tasked with investigating reports of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, the military's preferred term for UFOs. Along with the article, the Times released 3 videos, including the Tic Tac footage captured by Chad Underwood. The videos were grainy, black and white, but undeniably real. They showed objects moving in ways that defied conventional physics. The official confirmation. For decades, UFO witnesses had been ridiculed, dismissed as cranks or conspiracy theorists, but this was different. These were trained military observers. The footage was captured on military-grade equipment. The objects were tracked on multiple radar systems. In April 2020, the Pentagon did something unprecedented. They officially released the 3 videos, including the Tic Tac footage, confirming their authenticity. The Department of Defense released a statement acknowledging that these objects were unidentified and that their behavior could not be explained. In June 2021, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a report to Congress on unidentified aerial phenomena. The report examined 144 incidents reported by military personnel between 2004 and 2021. Of those 144 incidents, they could explain only one. The rest remained unexplained. The report stated that some of these objects demonstrated unusual flight characteristics, including extreme maneuverability, high-velocity movement without visible propulsion, and the ability to operate in multiple environments, transitioning from air to water. What was it? So what did Commander Fravor encounter that day? The explanations range from the mundane to the extraordinary. Some skeptics have suggested it was a weather balloon, despite the object's aggressive maneuvers and incredible speed. Others have proposed it was a classified military drone, though no known drone technology can replicate the Tic Tac's performance. The object displayed capabilities that are, by current understanding, impossible. It accelerated from a standstill to hypersonic speeds in seconds. It moved without any visible means of propulsion. It made sharp turns that would generate G-forces that would destroy any known aircraft and kill any human pilot. It transitioned seamlessly between hovering and high-speed flight. It appeared to have knowledge of classified military operations, and it left no heat signature, no exhaust, no sonic boom. The witnesses speak. Commander Fravor has been vocal about his experience.
Hard left, engaging.
In numerous
Copy,
interviews,
target
he has
locked,
stated
dive.
unequivocally
Sending fast,
that
keep
what
it
he
tight.
saw was not human technology. He has described the object's movements as not from this world. He has noted that in his 18 years of flying, including combat missions, he had never seen anything remotely similar. Chad Underwood, who captured the famous footage, has corroborated Fravor's account. He has stated that the object he tracked behaved unlike any aircraft he had ever encountered. The way it moved, the way it rotated, the way it accelerated, all of it was beyond anything in the known inventory of any nation. Other members of the Nimitz strike group
Banking
have
maneuver
come
mirrored
forward with their
perfectly.
own
Object
accounts.
responding instantly.
Radar
Intelligent
operators have
behavior
confirmed
confirmed.
the unusual tracks. Maintenance crews have verified the authenticity of the footage. Multiple independent witnesses, all trained professionals, all telling the same story. The implications. If the Tic Tac UFO was not a classified US military project, and if it was not technology from a foreign adversary, then what was it? The implications are staggering. Could it have been extraterrestrial in origin? The object's performance characteristics suggest technology far beyond our current capabilities. The ability to manipulate gravity, to move without friction, to generate no heat signature, these are all theoretical concepts that we're only beginning to understand. Or could it represent a breakthrough in physics that we haven't yet discovered? Perhaps there are principles of propulsion and energy that we've overlooked, principles that would allow for the kind of flight characteristics the Tic Tac displayed. Ongoing investigation. The Tic Tac incident is no longer relegated to the fringes of conspiracy theories. It's being taken seriously at the highest levels of government. The Pentagon has established a new office, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, specifically tasked with investigating UAP encounters. Congress has held hearings on the subject. Military officials have testified under oath about their experiences. Scientists are analyzing the data, trying to understand what these objects are and where they come from. Commander Fravre's encounter has become a touchstone in the UAP discussion. It represents the gold standard of UFO evidence, multiple trained observers, multiple sensor systems, and official government acknowledgement. The question that remains. On November 14, 2004, something extraordinary happened off the coast of California. An object appeared that shouldn't exist, performing maneuvers that shouldn't be possible, demonstrating technology that we can't explain. Was it alien? Was it interdimensional? Was it a breakthrough in human technology that's been kept secret? Or is it something else entirely, something we don't yet have the framework to understand? Commander David Fravre, a man trained to observe and evaluate aerial phenomena, a combat veteran with impeccable credentials, has one answer. It was something not from this Earth.
All sensors, radar,
and until someone can prove otherwise, that remains the most compelling explanation. The Tic Tac UFO wasn't just a sighting. It was an encounter with something that challenges everything we think we know about physics, technology, and our place in the universe. The footage is real, the witnesses are credible, the Pentagon has confirmed it, and the question remains, what was it?